Hi, thanks for stopping into our chat. I'm Michelle Toy with SmithGeiger, joined by Chris Archer.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing?
This is our second little chat that we've been posting on YouTube, and we're looking for a title.
What is this going to be called? We need a title for this. I think there's some pretty handy, smart people out there who can put these in the comments section, put some ideas for us there, Michelle. What do you think?
That sounds great. We'll be looking for those.
Great.
Our little research roundtable, our weekly chat.
Perfect.
Well, let's take a look right now at the research that we have to share. It's pretty interesting. This is what, Chris, our fourth wave of this research?
Fourth wave. We started in March. We've done one every month. This is June, 1,200 people, national tracking survey. And in this study, we've asked questions in wave 4, specifically around the protests and unrest, and still the COVID-19 story. And that's the slide that I know you wanted to start with here too. Look at this. The trust level still extremely high for local news on television. This makes me feel good because I've seen really good executions around the country of local news programs doing everything they can to reinforce the fact that they are going to be data-driven, fact-driven, detail-driven, and this just bears out now here at 53%. But look, I mean, what's your take on the rest of this here when it comes to the next three?
Yeah, I'm really happy to see local TV stations' websites and the apps. They're really starting to come through and really start catching up to the linear product. And so that's really great to see. And I think it just goes to show, it's because our linear product on TV is so strong that people are now saying, hey, I'm going to start downloading your app and I'm going to go to your website. And I think
remember those app users, right? The most loyal viewers.
Yes. And stations are doing a really good job now driving people to the apps for things like live press conferences with their governors and things like that.
Yep.
So here, this one I thought was really interesting. So this, of course, we have two big stories going on. The other one is the protests and the social racial inequality that's happening right now. And I see here it's almost all social media are the top sources.
This stood out to me. I've seen Facebook right at the top, knowing just the tremendous distrust people have in Facebook. Well, here they are, then using it as the #1, tied with Google, source for the story on the unrest.
Yeah, and I think it's really because Facebook is a place to have a conversation. If you think about it, people want to connect and they want to be able to understand what's going on. And this story is so delicate. I think it's people feel more part of the solution and the conversation if they can do it on social media. And then when you also look at the age of the people that are really pushing this movement along and where those grassroots are coming from, they're all on social media, and that's where they're gathering people together.
It all adds up. Yeah, and it's a very visual platform too, right? For all these very powerful images we've seen in and around the protests, and in many cases the heartbreak and the hope in the story too.
Absolutely. And here's this one's really, I know, Chris, you found this one really interesting.
It's just, look, when we started to see the protests, we knew that there was going to be some concern around, and we heard about it, the connection between this and potentially spreading COVID more. And sure enough, that's the #1 concern that people had and have in and around how these two stories come together in many ways. There are lots of elements where these stories merge. This one here right at the top, personal health.
Yeah, and to me, it just shows that we are, living in a tremendous news cycle right now with two of the biggest news stories, perhaps of our lifetimes.
Yeah.
And I think it just shows that people, they don't have to pick one or the other. They both think they're equally important.
Yeah, and we should not let either story go away. We've got to continue to push hard on both. Every day is going to be different, but these are both critical stories. Great slide here. Thanks for pulling these up.
Yeah, well, thanks for chatting with me about it, and I hope that our viewers found it interesting. And again, we're going to keep doing these. So if anybody has any ideas on what we should call them or what you want to see next time, just drop us a line in the comments.
Comment below. Good to see you. Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks so much.